Hi there guys, welcome back to the next video in my Kanto Solo Run series, where I aim to solo the game with a Pokemon chosen by our randomizer wheel. Let's recap the rules and get straight back into it. First off, the wheel decides, which is 3 Pokemon, choose one of the 3 and we do the run with that Pokemon. Secondly, I can only use that Pokemon in battle, but I can catch utility Pokemon for HMs. Third, I can't heal in battle using items, but healing outside of battle is allowed, and moves like Recover and Rest also allowed. Fourth, I can use the Badge Boost glitch, because it's kind of unavoidable in Gen 1. Finally, I can use TMs and HMs. Now let's recap, let's get on with the video. And we're back with another spin of the wheel. First up this time we have Jolteon. I'm really interested to do the evolutions, but I want to see what else comes up first. I'm thinking I want a bit of a challenge today. Clefable would be an interesting one, but we've just done Clefairy recently. Okay, our choice has been made for us. We are choosing Arbok for this run. Let's get started. Right, now we've chosen Arbok on the wheel, let's get on with the run. So let's have a quick chat about Arbok itself. The original Snake Pokemon from Gen 1, it's got a base stat total of 438. Which is actually pretty decent, to be fair. It's not the greatest, but it's quite decent. Its best stat, though, is its attack stat at 85. And that's going to be very crucial considering some of the moves that we do get in this game. The other interesting stat that we do also have is a base stat total of 80 speed. Now this is going to be very key. It means we're actually going to have a chance to outspeed some key Pokemon, and it means that we can go through most of the run without struggling too much, I would say. But as you can see in this very first battle, the starting move pool is not great. We have Poison Sting, we have Wrap, and we have Leer. So when it comes to Brock, it's actually not the worst moveset to have. We are going to win this original? the initial rival battle. So we got through that one without much problem whatsoever. And this is where Arbok's strength is really playing into account. We got through Viridian Forest, we're only level 8, and I decided, you know what, I'm not going to have any super effective moves against Brock. Yes, I could try Wrap strats, but I need a bit more experience to make it a bit more comfortable. So at level 8, we only just managed to beat the Diglett from the junior trainer, and we're on 2 HP going into the Sandshrew. So at this point I was thinking, you know what, I've got nothing to lose, let's just use Wrap strats and see if we can win. Wrap's only got 90% accuracy, which also means it doesn't hit every single time, and if you don't have 100%, it's pretty much around about 50% you're going to hit. But in this battle we actually manage to take out that Sandshrew and get to level 10. Against the Geodude though, because it's got Defense Curl, there was no point even trying to set up Leers, so we're just going to go for the Wrap strat because we outspeed it, and we get incredible luck here. We're only level 10 and we still managed to take out this Geodude. It hasn't managed to set up its Defense Curls, and we get onto the Onix. Annoyingly, Onix sets up its Bide and then starts spamming Tackle pretty much after Screech. So once we've set up our Leers, we can start using up our Wrap PP. I really wish there was a bit more to make this fight a little bit easier, but because of that, we actually lose. Because Poison Sting's not a very good move, and because of that, it means we have to go and train up a little bit more. So against the rival on the left of Viridian, that's a good place to get some experience. I mean, we do have to lose some time by tracking back, but it's valuable experience where if you have to go through Viridian Forest beating Metapods, you're going to take quite a while there. So it's for that little bit of time that you lose, it's worth going back to the rival just to get a little bit more experience. And we can go back against Brock and see how we do now we're level 11 beating the rival. Did beat a few more Pokemon going through Viridian, so we are level 12 at this point, and we can start up doing the same as last time. I have sped up the footage to around about, 300 times speed of the original footage, so it is going to go through very quickly. I do try and set up a few Leers so we can save a bit of Wrap PP, and we managed to take down Geodude quite comfortably as well. We've got a lot more HP this time. So we start off setting up Wrap. It doesn't do very much damage, and Bide comes out, so we go back to taking down its defences. Wrap's doing more damage now, not very much, but we've now lost all of our PP. We're going to have to keep using Leer whenever Onix uses Bide, but we've only got Poison Sting to work with now, and I'm not sure I've got enough PP to take it out. The good thing about Poison Sting, it does have a chance to poison, and Brock has 6 full heals. So that means that, yeah, we do lose this attempt, so we do need a few more levels to make it a bit more consistent. But we're starting to see how we can get through these Pokemon. And truth be told, Brock is probably one of the hardest gym leaders on this challenge for an Arbok. We don't have very powerful moves. The next powerful move, well, the next move we actually get is level 17, which is Bite. I don't want to be level 17 to get through Brock, so we go back in level 14. We take down the Geodude with quite a lot of HP. And I start setting up the Poison Stings as early as I can. Once Rap gets hit, we're taking off a lot more damage now. A few Leers have hit. We just got to make sure that Onix does not use Tackle, and it does use this move randomly, so we just got to keep spamming Leer, use Rap where we can, and then once we've got rid of all the PP for that, we move over to Poison Sting. Because Onix can't increase its defenses, Poison Sting is doing considerably a lot more than what it should do. I mean, it's only a 15 base power move, but it does hit 100% of the time unless you get the Gen 1 miss, which is a 1 in 256 chance that you do not hit the opponent. It's just a Gen 1 thing. But once the Poison Sting's hit, we just have to keep hoping that he doesn't use Tackle. And finally, we take down the Onix with 6 HP left. So that was a very tough battle. And if I hadn't have sped up the footage, you would have been there for about 5 minutes watching all of that. Once we've moved through Mount Moon, we can go against Misty. And we've got Bite now, so to be fair, we've actually got a decent move to deliver some power. The Staryu goes down very easy, but the Bubble Beam from Starmie just hits like a truck. So we're going to need a few more levels here just to make the battle a bit more consistent. Because if we can't tank a Bubble Beam at this level, we need a few more just to get our defenses up. And Arbok's defenses aren't that bad. It's got 69 defense, which isn't its worst stat. Its HP is actually its worst stat, I think. Yeah, it's 60 base power. Its HP is its worst stat. We go against the rival on Nugget Bridge, and we managed to barely scrape through. It wasn't that interesting of a battle, apart from getting down to 1 HP with the luck that we had. And now we've got up a few more levels. We've beaten all the trainers at Nugget. We should have a good chance now to beat Misty. And we also pick up Dig at the end of Nugget. So that is going to be a key move. It's a 100 base power move, ground type move. And it just means that we've got a bit more weight behind us. Once we've set up 1-2 Leers, thankfully Misty did not go for Bubble Beam. We used Dig, and it's going to take 2 Digs to take it out. Thankfully we can now start tanking a few more Bubble Beams, and we beat Misty quite comfortably. I say comfortably, we had 6 HP. Moving on to the SSN, and one of the more annoying things about Arbok, well, I say actually it's not annoying actually, it does learn Body Slam, my favourite Gen 1 move, and it makes this battle incredibly trivial. Yes, we do have Dig, which is a much more powerful move, but it's not super effective against the Pidgeotto. Body Slam at least does neutral damage, so we can at least use that to get through. Raticate comes out. It's going to take 2 Body Slams. I'm surprised it takes 2 Body Slams, considering we're 10 levels above it. Kadabra goes down to 1 because it's got terrible defenses, and Wartortle comes out now. So the reason why I've chosen Wartortle out of all of the starters, yes, I could have went with Charmander being the rival, considering Charizard won't be hit by those super effective Earthquakes and Digs that we can learn. Squirtle's got better defenses, so I wanted to go against that. So, Surge, there's not really much to talk about. We get a Sonic Boom by the Voltorb, and then we learn the move Glare. Now this is a very good move. If you're not familiar with how Glare works, it's got a 100% chance to paralyze the opponent. So that's going to become very useful later on. The Raichu goes down with 2 Body Slams, and we beat Surge. So, next place to go, we go through Rock Tunnel. Not really too much to talk about there because we had Dig. The hikers weren't exactly a problem. So we move on to Celadon and go straight to the game corner. We're level 32 at this point. We're quite decently leveled, I would say, for this part of the game. And Giovanni, because he's got 2 rock Pokemon, Dig takes them down quite easily. Kangaskhan, we paralyze with Glare. And annoyingly, we lose this attempt. The Kangaskhan saved itself with 1 HP, and I'm very annoyed at that. But we go back into the battle at full HP this time, and it's a completely different story. 2 digs takes down the Onyx. Rhyhorn, it's got better defenses than the Onyx, I think, but either way, it still goes down with 2 attacks. Kangaskhan comes out, and we've got a lot more HP to work with this time. He uses a guard spec, which it's kind of a wasted turn really, and Comet Punch hits with massive damage. Body Slam's not doing very much to against Kangaskhan, but we still managed to take it down, so we did need that extra HP to get through. Going against Erica now. Grass type moves against a poison type, so we've in a way got the advantage. We've got Dig as well, which also really helps us out. And the Victory Bell's going to go down in 2 digs once we get out of the wrap. We're using our own tactics against us here. But we don't really need wrap for this point in the game. Bite and Body Slam are much better moves, much more reliable, so I'd rather use them on the moveset. And the Tangler strangely took 3 Body Slams to take down. I didn't realise that its defences would be that way decent. But either way, this is quite a trivial battle. The Vileplume goes down 2 digs, and we managed to get through Erica quite comfortably. So it just leaves the rival over in Lavender Tower before the game opens up a bit more. And the Pidgeotto, of course, is probably always going to be a problem, considering our best moves on this run are going to be the ground type moves that we can learn with Dig and Earthquake. But we can't get Earthquake yet. We can also get Rock Slide, which I only figured out after this battle. Yeah, Arbok can learn Rock Slide in Gen 1, which I had no idea that was a thing. When I was growing up, I did quite a few runs with Ekans, because it's quite an early game Pokemon. I never once realised that it could learn Rock Slide, and that actually would have made my runs when I was a child a lot better, really. Because Rock Slide's going to be a very key move to use against the likes of Lance later on with his Dragon-type Pokemon that Dragon Fly in. They're weak to Rock, so it actually means we need that move, really. And okay, now I've talked enough about what we're looking at for the later game. Let's look at Koga. I went into this battle thinking I've got 2 ground type moves here, very powerful, but Earthquake is still not a level 39 one-shot in his poison Pokemon, which really confused me. And then he starts setting up Minimize, we've run out of Earthquake PP, Coughing comes out, and we start to miss, and Tackle takes us out. It's the first time in a while I've lost to that Coughing, but it was quite a fun battle really to see how we would do. So basically the way we're going to have to get through this battle is to make sure we don't get hit by Smokescreen. I must have been on low damage rolls on the last fight because that one took it out straight away. Dig's going to be a 2-hit KO on the Muck. And now we've saved some PP to take out the last Coughing with Earthquake. I do opt for Dig again. It's going to add to my end time because Dig's a 2-turn move. And then we get through to the Weezing. So my thinking here was, let's use Dig. If it uses Self-Destruct, we've got an easy win, and that is exactly what happened. I love it when Koga does this. It just means that final Weezing is so much easier to get through. And that's 5 badges. So I want to open up the game a little bit more. I want to go and get Lapras, so we need to go and do Silphcore. And I actually battled quite a few trainers within Silphcore to be able to get the level that I was at. I did at this point a quick Rock Slide because I knew the Pidgeot was coming back up. And we take it out with 2 Rock Slides. The Growlithe's weak to ground, so we take it out in 1 hit. Next up comes Execute, and this is where I start to realise that Execute is going to start being a problem. 1, because it uses Hypnosis, and 2, later down the line when it's an Execute, it has Stomp, and our defense is mediocre, really. So this battle just starts getting drawn out, and I'm starting to wonder what's going to be the best move to use. Rock Slide's not doing very much. We keep getting put to sleep, and they've put up Reflect. So all of our physical moves are not going to do very much. I opt for Earthquake, it's not very effective, so Rock Slide's going to be the better move to use in this scenario. And because we've got Glare, it actually means that every now and then they're not going to use an attack, which is what we want, but that Execute is just trolling me so much. Finally, we take it down with the Rock Slide, we get to level 42, and the Alakazam comes out. I don't think we do outspeed. That's quite interesting. Alakazam is a very speedy Pokemon. And we did pick up Mega Drain from Erica, so we have a super effective move against the Blastoise. And it's just going to be a bit of back and forth now until we can eventually drain all of its HP and we can win the battle. So that was a first time victory against fifth rival. I don't want to say rival fival, that's J-Rose's thing. Copyrighted to J-Rose. And because we've beaten him now, we can now move on to Giovanni. Giovanni's mostly now got poison Pokemon, so we can pretty much take down his entire team with Earthquake. The Kangaskhan, I always got confused why he never continued using the Kangaskhan after this point. It's a great Pokemon. I mean, my run with him, I was still learning the ropes with Gen 1 solo running, so my time wasn't that great with Kangaskhan. But when you're fighting against it, it's actually really, really annoying. And we beat Giovanni first time in Silphcore. We might as well move on to Blaine now before we do Sabrina. We have got a type disadvantage to Sabrina, so I want a few more levels. Move to level 44, and this battle is pretty much just going to be an absolute slugfest with Earthquake. The Rapidash somehow managed to stay on after an Earthquake. And finally is the Arcanine. We have not lost one bit of HP in the Blaine battle, but we have got the type advantage with our moves. It's going to be a free hit KO from Earthquake because of the Retroactive Super Potion. And we beat Blaine without even taking a bit of damage. Fantastic, it's what I like to see. We do also pick up Fire Blast, but unfortunately this isn't a move that Arbok can learn. Rightly so, it's a poison snake, why would it need to learn Fire Blast? And we can move over to Sabrina. The first Kadabra, most of her Pokemon are quite defensively weak, physically defensive. So they're going to go down with either 1 or 2 hits. We do get hit with massive damage from the confusion on the Mr. Mime, but we take it down. Venomoth is going to be a different story. We are confused at this point and it uses Leech Life, which in Gen 1 is super effective against poison types. So we get down to 35 HP. We need to take this out in 1 hit, but the Alakazam outspeeds and takes us out. I'll be honest, this attempt, beating Sabrina took me about 5 attempts. And it came down to a little bit of RNG. We got lucky on the first Kadabra and the Mr. Mime with critical hits, and the Venomoth goes down to 1 Rock Slide. We're at full HP to go against the Alakazam. If she uses, if she'd used Psychic or Psybeam, we would have lost. Psybeam does massive damage, and we managed to take it out in 2 hits. So that took quite a while, and that was a bit of a slugfest. And that just leaves Giovanni. Greatest trainer? I don't think so. We didn't even go into this battle at full HP, because I knew that the Rhyhorn was there. We can heal up with Mega Drain, and now we've got full health going into the Dugtrio. So we're going to just keep spamming Mega Drain because it's super effective. And I realised at this point I got rid of Dig for Rock Slide, which means Dig's going to do massive damage to us. But we are going to recuperate a little bit of that with Mega Drain. But Nidoqueen, it's not weak to grass type moves, so we can't use it here. We take it down, but then next up is, well, we don't want to learn Acid. It's not a very good move. I don't understand why we learned that level 47. The Nidoking takes us out with a Thrash, which is very annoying. So if I went back into this and thought about my strategy a little bit more, we're going to do the same against that Rhyhorn. And yeah, the first couple of Pokemon are going to go down pretty easily this time. Mega Drain is going to do about half damage on the Dugtrio. Use Earthquake to take it out. We've got quite a good amount of luck here. Thankfully, Nidoqueen only goes for Body Slam this time, so we hit it with Mega Drain. And we managed to just keep our HP up a tiny bit just to go into this Nidoking. Because if it uses Thrash again, we're probably going to lose. So we need to make sure our Earthquake does massive damage. And does it? Yes, we get the critical hit. Because of Arbok's speed, it does get critical hits quite often. This battle more than others though, I was quite surprised. And because we're speedier, we also don't get hit by Fissure. We take out Giovanni with full health. Which is all the Kanto Gym Leader's done. That means we've only got the Elite Four left, but before the Elite Four, we always have Rival 6. So let's see how we do against him. We're going into this battle level 55, and Rock Slide misses the first time. It does only have 90% accuracy, which, if you don't have 100% accuracy on a move, you might as well count it as having no accuracy sometimes. Take down the Rhyhorn quite easily. Growlithe's going to go down to an Earthquake. And next up is the Execute, the one that started to annoy the living hell out of me. It starts setting up for its Solar Beam, but it doesn't do very much damage. We do resist Grass. It tries to paralyze us, but we also manage to avoid that. We are speedier than his Alakazam, but it doesn't take it out, so we're on very low HP here. We've got to get some HP back against this Blastoise. And we do get a critical hit that might actually help us win the battle here. Uses Withdraw, we use Mega Drain, uses Bite. Oh, we nearly got taken out. That was close. That was very, very close. And now we've beaten the rival, we can move on to the Elite Four. You know what, considering the move set we've got, I don't think Lorelei is going to be the worst Elite Four member this time round. She does have very defensively good Pokemon, so the likes of the Cloyster. We're gonna have to make sure we use Mega Drain effectively. So we want to be going into that Lapras really at full health. Thankfully, because of the AI, Slowbro only uses Amnesia against us, so that means that we can get through the next two Pokemon really easily. And we aren't actually using Badge Boost Glitch on this run. And annoyingly, Lapras hits Hydro Pump. So we go back in level 64 this time. And we've got through to the Slowbro without taking any damage. So we can start using other moves that are more physical. And annoyingly just keeps getting Super Potions. We use Glare on the Lapras. And Rock Slide takes it out. It's a super effective move against Ice types. So that should have been the move I used last time, really. Going into Bruno, again, there's not really much to talk about with Bruno. We've got two super effective moves against him. We've got Mega Drain, we've got Earthquake. That should take out most of his Pokemon very, very comfortably. So one thing I haven't talked about so far in this video is the time that we're eventually going to end on. And we actually did this run relatively quickly. I thought because of the amount of time we'll have lost back with Brock and having to level up every now and then, we haven't actually lost too much time. We beat Bruno extremely easily, and Agatha strangely as well is going to be just as easy. We've got super effective moves against all of our Pokemon. Rock Slide, yes, we do get confused by the Golbat. It confused me why it's got Confuse Ray and Supersonic, but hey, I'm not the programmer on this game. We've got Earthquake, which pretty much is going to take out most of our Pokemon in one hit. Even the Arbok, it always seems quite satisfying when you beat the exact Pokemon that you're playing as. And yeah, we beat Agatha quite easy. So yeah, let's go on to Lance and see how we do. Gyarados, let's go. We're going to use Rock Slide to take it out, and it's going to be a 2-hit KO. Thankfully, didn't use Hyper Beam, it used Dragon Rage. And we can move on to the Dragonair. So, Earthquake's a more powerful move in this scenario, and because of Gen 1 AI, they recognise that I'm a Poison-type Pokemon, and they've got Agility. The AI recognises that that's a super effective type match, so it will only spam Agility against us, meaning that the Aerodactyl is going to be the most annoying Pokemon. It goes for Hyper Beam, and because it's a 2-turn move, it has to recharge and we can take it out quite comfortably. Dragonite comes out and it starts setting up Barrier because it's a Psychic type move. But because it's a Psychic type move, it only means it's going to use that move as well. Gen 1 AI is amazing. And we managed to beat Lance first try, so the only Elite Four member we haven't beaten first try is Lorelei. We beat her in 2 tries. And that brings us on to the final rival. Can Arbok do this? Let's see. So, first up is the Pidgeot, and we know Rock Slide is going to be the move we're going to use here. And it's going to be a 2-turn move to take out. We do miss the second one, and it starts setting up Sky Attack. Good thing that the Rock Slide hit there, otherwise we would have taken massive damage. We outspeed the Alakazam, thankfully, at level 67, but it hits us with a Psybeam. So we're on quite low HP here, but next up is the Rhydon. So we can use Mega Drain to get our HP back here. Rhydon's moveset is awful at this point in the game, but because it's using Tail Whip on us, it actually sets up a bit of Badge Boost glitch, which means our attack will have increased, and that means Earthquake will also do more damage. And with Arcanine also using Leah, it adds to that as well. And Executor comes out. This is the one that I was most worried about, considering how the problems it gave us throughout this run. And it sets us to sleep, uses Barrage, and this is where our luck starts to dwindle. Stomp does massive damage and Barrage takes us out. So, all of my worries leading up to this point were correct. That Executor is going to be the most annoying Pokemon on his team. But we try again. Going into this one, we get a critical hit on the Pidgeot. And Alakazam goes down to an Earthquake after 2. But thankfully, it only sets up a Reflect, so we can get through that battle quite comfortably. We haven't lost any HP here. And the Rhydon's going to go down to 2 Earthquakes. We haven't lost any HP, so there's no point really using Mega Drain that much. We did get hit by Leah, so the Badge Boost glitch has played into effect. Earthquake's going to do big damage on the Arcanine, but it's still not going to take it out, even after one Badge Boost glitch. We've got now through to the Executor without losing any HP. The best move we can use here is annoyingly Fissure. One hit KO move. I can't believe that hit first time. Can we do it again in the Blastoise, I wonder? I could either go for Mega Drain or I could go for Fissure. So, yeah, this is going to be going down to the wire, because he has Hydro Pump and he's got Blizzard, so we need to see what we can do to get through this. So I'm going to go, I'm going to test my luck. We're going to go Fissure. Hits! As if I got 2 Fissures in a row. What is my luck? And that's it. Arbok has become the Pokemon League champion. And now the question I always ask at the end of my videos. We know there we were level 68 when we beat that Blastoise, but what is the time that we finished on? Let's have a look. Okay, so Arbok, the poison type snake, level 68. And we finished it at 4.5 hours. That's relatively quick, considering the majority of my recent runs. So I'm quite happy with that. I was quite happy with that. Definitely things I could have done different, but I only do these runs once, so we go with that time. As always, guys, thank you for watching the video. Please like, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff. It really helps out the channel. And I want to continue doing these videos. It keeps me motivated to see those comments, likes, and new subscribers fall in. You might have seen that we've also started up a Johto Solo Run series as well, so if you haven't checked that out, I'll put that in the videos at the end of this video. And as always, take care, guys. We'll see you next time.